Cats and kittens, what is shaking? Got another video coming for you today on the crusty Mustang. So last video went and removed the stock exhaust manifolds, removed a couple things from the front of the engine, mocked up the turbo up and forward headers to see how they're gonna look, and a couple other things I don't remember. Oh, the engine mounts with the LS swap engine mounts from UPR. Got those on the engine. In between then and now, I went ahead and took the welder and got the broken bolts out of the heads, so we should be good to go there. Today, what we're looking to do is take the engine, mate the transmission up to it, put it in the car, so that we can start measuring, making decisions on things like the turbo kit, see how the headers fit, if they run into the brake master cylinder at all, anything else crazy about that, as well as see how the cross member looks. So before we get too far into it, I figured I'd give you another look at the car. You know, I got the dashboard up there sitting on the trunk, some junk sitting on it, but I've got it pretty well stripped out, and I've got kind of parts boxes and stuff in here. Everything's stripped out, the back seat's all stripped out and everything. I still have to probably pull some more stuff out of it. I probably will end up pulling the headliner out. I'm not sure. Maybe door panels, because they're kind of held on with self-tappers there. And the window stuff is already gutted out of them. I'm probably going to pull the carpet out of it too and clean that out underneath, because I'm not trying to build a, street strip car. I'm just trying to make this go fast and be able to drag race it, maybe do burnouts, that type of stuff. Picked up a racing seat on the Facebook marketplace for 30 bucks. I got two of them for 60. This one is the best fit for my big gut. And then, parts stuff, flex plate. That's the heater core. Gonna get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. And then I went ahead and got the engine off the stand so that I can mate the transmission up to it and we can plop it in. One of the things that I want to kind of tell you about is pretty much all the tools I'm using are out of this Harbor Freight Pittsburgh. I think it's a 129 piece mechanic set or whatever. All my tools that I own are pretty much the last 25 years of mix and match junk. So, working on modern cars, there's a lot of metric stuff, and I guarantee you, if I need a wrench out of here, I can't find the size. That's what my socket set looks like. There's, some of these things my dad had in our garage growing up, and I can pretty much guarantee you, if I need a socket, I don't have the right size. So, got lots of wrenches and extensions and all that stuff, but so to be able to find everything quick and easy, I'm just using this as it is. Everything's labeled, everything has a spot, and it'll go back in that spot once it's done. So if I want to be able to drag race this thing, I have to use an SFI flex plate, which picked one of these up from Summit. I don't remember exactly what it is. PRW. But one of the problems is on my LS engine, they sit too close to the block to be able to use an older transmission. Like this Power Glide that was probably something out of a 60 something Camaro or something like that, I think the guy said. So what I did is I was originally looking at getting one of these flex plates that's dished too much, but what I found was Summit had this crankshaft spacer kit for it that comes with the spacer thing and the bolts. And that way, if I'm wrong and this doesn't sit too far away from the block, I can just take it out and use the flex plate as is. So I'm going to go ahead and get that swapped and check in with you in a bit. Alright, flex plate and spacer are on. Those bolts already had Loctite on them, so I went ahead and I torqued those all the way. I don't anticipate having to take the flex plate off because the rear main seal did not look like it was leaking, and I think that's probably the only reason that I would ever have to take that off. So we're just gonna send it. Next, we're gonna mate up the Power Glide, put the torque converter in, and see how that goes. All right, we'll check in a few. All right, we got the transmission, made it up to the engine, took the bolts off the motor mounts here, and we are going to slide it in. The main reason I bought this car was it already had the engine and transmission pulled, so I don't really need to do anything up here. Hopefully, we clear the bar here. We'll see what happens. Update. This is our current situation here. We are hitting the hood, and down here we're not quite clear of the core support. So I think what I'm going to do is take off the hood. So to do that, I'm just going to take some this paint here. Wise man once told me that before you take off a hood, put some paint around the bracketry here. That way when you put it back on, you can line up the brackets with the paint marks and your hood will be in line once you put it back on. So I'm going to take off the hood and give you an update in a few. Alright, we got updates. I got the hood off. Got her up here. Let's put the bolts up there so they don't get lost. And we're stuck right here, pretty much. Engine hoist won't move back any further. And looking at the engine mount to the cross member, we got at least 2 feet to go before we get back there. So I am probably going to have to take off the front clip here and maybe the fenders. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've never done that before, so should be an adventure. Alright, we got updates, and I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Every thing that I try to do seems like run into another obstacle here, so I'll show you what I got currently. So I got the front bumper, headlight support all off. Those all came in one piece, which I didn't think was gonna happen. Everybody said you could remove the cover without removing the headlight thing, but I think they're clipped in somewhere under there. So I was able to get this moved forward enough to get in here. So current situation is oil pan is hitting the K-member and it pushes the engine so far back that the motor mounts don't line up with the holes. They have to go in this slot thing here. So looks like I need to look up what oil pan I need and get that ordered before this will go in. And I found out that that transmission had fluid in it, so that spilled everywhere. We'll just pretend we didn't see that. So I'm gonna end this video off here. You know, drenched in sweat. It's raining outside. It's dinner time, and looks like we're probably gonna have to wait on some parts to get this engine and transmission all the way in. So I'll do some research, figure out what I gotta get to get this engine in here, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.